Jesus has been called the only begotten Son of God, the one man made in the image and likeness of God. But Charles Fillmore implies that the only begotten Son of God is not a man, but mankind, all of humankind. There is but one only begotten Son, and we are it. We are the Son of God. The only begotten Son is God's fundamental idea of what man should be. And it's patterned after the image and likeness of the divine, not physically, but spiritually. That's why this one idea of man, God's only begotten, manifests itself in such diverse ways and in both genders. We search for the identity of this one man within us, for it is the pattern from which all men are made. And the Bible, though literally about a tribe of desert dwellers and their rich history with their God, when we look at it metaphysically, we can see that it's really about the soul's journey of a single man, this Son of God. It's a story about our own soul's unfoldment and maturity as individuals and as a race. And in this unfoldment, we should understand that we're not bound to the mandates of the gospel about who and what this man is to unfold as or become, because we realize that as a race, our views have changed and our cultures have changed over time. So we allow room for the soul's involvement in our own time and place. And we should be guided by our inner wisdom in that moment and not anchored to the consciousness of those who wrote the Bible. Now we can see parallels between the involvement of us as a race and the involvement of our own individual development. For instance, in the transition from Old Testament to New Testament, which represents our evolution of our belief from an anthropomorphic, punishing, judgmental, and angry God to the Christ consciousness of a loving Father and an awareness of our inner divinity that Jesus taught us. Now, if we think of humanity as a single man, we can see ourselves as a single thought in the consciousness of this one man. And we can take comfort in the knowing and face our trials with greater faith when we realize that we can connect with this one mind at any time for inner wisdom and guidance. Fillmore uses the story of Philip and the Ethiopian eunuch in Acts chapter 8, verse 26 through 40 to illustrate how we can cleanse ourselves of weakness and free ourselves from the chains of the physical world. Philip in the story represents power, the power center located in our throat, the center of the power of the word. And the eunuch dwelling in the desert place represents our weaknesses. Philip spoke to the eunuch and baptized him. Now, where the water came from in this desert place, we don't know. It might have been its own miracle within itself. But the eunuch, at any rate, went away joyously. And this is what happens to weakness when it is met with true power. Water baptism represents cleansing. And in this case, it is cleansing us of the thought that we can be physically weak, or the thought that we can be mentally weak, or any kind of weak. Cleansing those thoughts from our consciousness through the power of the Word. Now, this amazing power in this quest for wholeness through the glorifying of the one man is not just for men. Women are made from the same spiritual pattern, and therefore have the same ability to alter the consciousness of the Son toward its unfoldment. For Mother's Day, we honor mothers as mothers, but more importantly, as a unique and powerful thought in the mind of the only begotten Son of God. Could this be a much higher calling than generation or procreation? Charles Fillmore said that Jesus saw that motherhood on the physical plan is not the highest for women, and it's not the highest for men. We have a spiritual man to develop, and every woman has a soul to save, so why shouldn't she be busy with saving her soul? If women are equal spiritually to man, and therefore their part in bringing forth the spiritual man is just as relevant, then women should always stand equal to men, in the pulpit and in society, and concentrate not on bringing forth physically, but bringing forth spiritually, for greater are those who are brought forth spiritually than those brought forth physically. Fillmore said that when you really see the truth that man is the image and likeness of God, and male and female created he them, why should we try to even make a distinction? We should make every day Mother's Day and honor the divine feminine in all beings. Thank you.